Life often takes us on unexpected journeys, connecting our roots, our dreams, and our purpose. Some people not only follow their path, but also light the way for others to find theirs. Today, we sit down with two remarkable individuals whose lives and work not only bridges continents, but cultures and causes, turning education, leadership, and humanitarian passion into a mission of hope and transformation. Joining me in studio are Mr. Jonas Nanyemba, the Deputy Director of Hope Village, and Ms. Lila Belmokhtar, a French-Algerian professional, European Union official, and passionate humanitarian, working to improve the lives not only through education, but also through her compassion. Welcome. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Jamila, for also having us today here.
Thank you for receiving us.
Well, let's start with you, Mr. Nanyemba.
Yes.
As the Deputy Director of Hope Village. Hope Village has significantly grown over the past couple of years, providing shelter as well as education and care for vulnerable children. Perhaps you can let us in on how the organization has evolved recently.
Yes, thank you. Hope Village is a long-term placement facility for vulnerable children in Namibia. We cater for children that are either affected or infected with HIV and AIDS, double or single orphan kids, kids that find themselves somehow being abused or socially impaired by their homes where they grow up. We are founded by our mother, who recently passed on after working with Mother Teresa in Kolkata, India. She then flew back to the country to start this foundation, with the initial hope in looking after these children and initiating them that they are now born to be given a second home where they are able to become whoever they want to become. So we have 4 houses on the premises, which is the baby house, the toddler house, boys and girls, and then a 5th house, which we call our halfway house, where we house children that are 18 and above, who are either doing university or doing some other kind of course. On the premises, we also have a resource center where we cater for children that are alcohol fetal syndrome affected or having autism, or somehow being academically challenged and not able to pursue well in mainstream schooling. So Hope Village now also has 85 children on the premises, although we have the capacity to house up to 100, with 25 caregivers looking after these children 24 hours and permanently placed within our care. Yes.
Well, thank you for that comprehensive overview of your mission as well as your current priorities. But coming to you, Ms. Belmokhtar, you were born in France, Lyon, to Algerian parents, and then you studied in France, in Spain, as well as in the UK. Could you let us in on how your multicultural background has shaped your worldview and influenced your decision to dedicate yourself to humanitarian work?
As you said, yes, I'm French because I was born in France, but my parents were from Algeria, so they migrated. So from an early age, I was in between 2 cultures. And then through my studies, I traveled to UK and Guatemala. I worked with Doctor of the World in Paris. But it is due also to my background, the way I was raised, because we were 9 at home. Yes, we were really humble. My parents were immigrants, but they pushed us to study. They were really strict on that. So they made sure we had a good future. And we learned beautiful value, which is about sharing from an early age with my siblings, with the people around. And it's just natural in me. So from an early age, I did volunteering because I felt so. And I'm continuing.
And what drew you to Namibia particularly?
My husband is Namibian, and through him I met Hope Village.
Now, coming back to you, Mr. Nanyemba, Hope Village has benefited over the years from collaborations, particularly the likes of with likes of Ms. Belmokhtar. Could you let us in on how her involvement has benefited the home, not just practically but also emotionally?
With the expertise of Ms. Lila Belmokhtar, she's a psychologist by profession, so she's still pursuing her studies in that sector. Hope Village not only accommodates vulnerable children, but all accommodate people from all kinds of sectors.
Yeah.
So with these experiences of these people coming in contact with our children, we benefit not just emotionally, as you have said it, but also on an outspring of growing the village to accommodate more and more children, because the community sits with this vulnerability outside there. And our Namibian community are not coming out forth as expected. As much as these kids are emanating from our communities, our Namibian people are not there out. So international community and people like Ms. Belmokhtar are the ones that sees this need and are able to say, let me come help and volunteer my expertise into these children, in bettering their lives for the better good, for their own future. So we have really evolved in that manner, of which we have attracted most people, foreign international communities, German and Norwegian volunteers coming by and sharing their expertise and having that fun and touch love with the children on a day-to-day basis.
Now, obviously, these opportunities are born from some challenges.
Yes.
Could you let us in on what are some of the challenges that Hope Village faces still?
As alluded earlier in my introduction, is how we exist, a long-term placement facility. So our government, through the Ministry of Social Services, go out in society, they investigate what we call social crimes. These social crimes are crimes that are affecting children, either being abandoned or neglected, or somehow feel they are being abused or so. So once an identification in this is made to a child, they then apply to the court, and then the court places this child within our care for there to be a legal placement of a child. So sometimes there's a rush in placing a child, then the legal order is not then conducted by the social services. So once the child is then brought to us, we lose out on that grant in getting the child having to apply for him or her a grant monthly. And then secondly, we have stakeholders, which are government, our city council. We are having City of Windhoek, who does not have that ear to listen to us as to how we exist. A non-profitable organization relying highly on donations, international community, but still being billed a bill of 40 to 60,000 per month for water and electricity. But these children are equally the responsibility of the City of Windhoek, and we see it not fair against a shelter home that is catering and just assisting children to go forth. And then government also, in a sense, that the shelter home does not get a grant in terms of it operating and fulfilling its operations, because 85 children, they should go to school, they should drink water, they should eat, they should be looked after in the best possible way. And our Children's Act speaks in the interest of the children, not in the inspectors or institution of Hope Village, but the children. So there's fuel that is being run and all these type of challenges. So lack of funding, lack of donations, lack of stakeholders being involved is our major challenges. And we appeal to the public day and night, every day, to be involved in the growth of Hope Village and realizing these children's dreams. Because they only have Hope Village. Some have been neglected. We read these news every day. Some have just found themselves on earth, not knowing what is happening. So places like Hope Village should be compensated and aided in its operations in realizing these kids' dreams. Because they are all they are all Namibians from all regions that we are seated with, and with no help or assistance, we can't better their lives. But,
Now, piggybacking off of the touch point of support from international community being so important, Ms. Belmokhtar, you are also involved well beyond Namibia in humanitarian work, even in Palestine, as far as I know. Could you let us in on why you were drawn to this and what you've learned from your work, not only here, but also in Palestine?
I've learned from, let's say, when I started in Paris. And at the very beginning, I was not mature. I mean, the humanitarian word is really training, cruel. Like Boma said, it's difficult to find support and motivated people. It's like you must be determined, you must be constant. And coming back to your question, I learned from people like doctors, which I will preparing to go on missions in Africa mainly. I learned from Boma a lot. And from Palestine, it's a conflict. It's a cruel conflict. I know a family, and I'm going through this family. It's always starting by a simple detail. You must be aware about who you meet, how you meet, who you can rely on. Transparency is important because I'm too far. I live in Spain, 12,000 kilometers separate us, so I need people I can rely on. And Marwa is the person I know in Palestine, and she understood since from the beginnings that she's a channel, like me, like Boma, like Mariki. And the target are the kids or the vulnerable people. So she understood it, and it was very difficult to reach the Palestine population because they were, how can I say, sorry, impossible. Yeah. I mean, you see the news, and the help was not reaching them, even big NGOs. Yes. So we did it. It was a miracle for me. Then I lost her, I mean, because of the war. So sometimes she was having Wi-Fi, sometimes. But 3 days ago, I got news again, and I'm happy for that. I can continue. It's important to do it. What I have for me and what I got, because I consider I'm lucky, I'm having a good situation because of my parents and my merits. And today I feel the need to spread, to share. I won't keep it only for me or for my kids, which I'm helping to. I mean, it's my obligation, but it's about sharing.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us about not only the importance of humanitarian work, but also collaboration in strengthening support systems for children and vulnerable individuals. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you
for having us.
Thank you.